Hey, what's up? Welcome back to Newbreed Film Reviews. We're on episode 21. We are getting up there. Awesome. This episode, we're going to talk about the movies with the worst endings or just endings that just let you down. Brian's on the podcast, Brian, and we got Paul.
What's going on, fellas?
I don't know who's going to kick it off. Fellas and ladies. I don't know who's going to kick it off, but my list is not that big. And before we got on, we all kind of touched on this. Like, I don't remember movies with bad endings because in my mind they just sucked and they're just not in my head. And out of all my collection of movies, which I have a crap load of movies, I'm looking through them. I'm like, I wouldn't own it if it had a bad ending. So this was kind of a tough topic for me.
I agree with you. When you sent that out, and like it was like earlier in the week, so like I kind of been like looking here and there, and I'm trying to remember movies that have bad endings, but like you had just said, they're movies I don't register or like really keep with me. So I found movies that I like, but I didn't like the endings.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the way I went. I'll start it off if you want. We actually talked about this kind of in the previous episode, and I think it was a pretty good film. It was a good adaptation, Stephen King novel. It was The Mist. And the ending of the movie, huge spoiler alert. Obviously, this episode's going to be full of spoilers because we're going to talk about the ending of the film. And the end of the movie, they're, out in the middle of nowhere. They got the mist, and there's like creatures out. They're going to kill them, and they're sitting there. The guy's sitting in the car with the kids and the woman. And they have a gun loaded, and the gun only has enough bullets for the three of them. They're in the car. Thomas Jane doesn't have a bullet for himself. And he shoots all three of them, and all of a sudden the mist disappears, and then it's saved. So I understand the point of the film, but what a depressing fucking ending.
I got some input on it. Paul, you first? Do you want to touch on it?
Never saw it. Read the book, though.
I want to say I wouldn't call the ending bad or like disappointing. I thought it was just bleak and dark, and I think those type of endings have a place because if you had happy endings that were wrapped up with a little bow tie and all neat and like cheerful, I just think movies would be boring because they'll be predictable. Because you'll never have movies out there that have like a potential like for like danger or like a screwed up ending where the hero dies or the ending's just bad, like bad as far as like dark. I didn't think it was bad. I thought it was a little cliche in a way. Like you can see it coming in a way like, oh, I bet you if he kills everyone and then the mist is gonna clear up, and that's exactly what happened. But I didn't think it was bad. I just thought it was. It was predictable a little bit. I don't know. I'm not as harsh on that ending as you, Bri. It was all right. All right, who's up? Unless you want to touch on that, Paul.
No, I got nothing for that one.
All right, you want to go?
I can go. So one of my least favorite movie endings was Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull.
That movie was just terrible in general.
The movie was terrible in general, but it could have been saved with a decent ending. However, and once again, more spoilers, when you find out like the whole thing is an alien skull, come on.
Terrible.
Come on. What? How?
Dude, I'm on the same page, Paul. Like, I'm on the same page with you, dude. Like, you can argue, people can say, oh, but, the other movies, the guy ripped the heart out, and it was this and it was that, not realistic. For some reason, when they threw aliens, it was just too much for me. I was like, this is like,
that's the line.
Way out of the realm.
That's the line right there. You don't cross that line.
Because the other movies dealt with... Go ahead, Brian.
The other movies are kind of following religious objects.
Mysticism.
And spiritual objects and stuff like that, but this one's way out there,
It was just poor writing, man. Terrible.
Yeah.
That was Harrison Ford's last hurrah as Indy. He's old as hell, and you're going to just spit out some garbage like that?
Agreed.
Anyway.
Brian.
I got nothing else on that.
Brian, you're up, sir.
Brian, can you hear us? I don't know if he can
You
hear
want me
us.
to go?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, is it me?
I just went.
All right.
The best.
Did you?
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Sorry, dude.
I'll go again if you want.
I'm sorry, my orders got all
Oh,
messed up.
man. All right. Check it out. Matrix Revolutions. The first Matrix, amazing. The second one, blah. It wasn't terrible, but it was meh. The third one, it was like along the lines of the second one, but the ending was just suck. And I'm going to tell you why.
Why?
Neo goes through all that shit. He's the hero of the series. Spoilers, and he fucking dies.
Yeah.
Talk
he?
about a buzzkill.
I never
Does
saw that
he
one.
or does he not?
Well, it's alluded. It's ambiguous. It's kind of like, oh, does he, live on? But physically, he dies, and you can say like black and white looking at it that he just dies without like overthinking it. I thought, the guy gets blinded, loses his eyeballs, like, and then he dies at the end. That was just like, I don't know. He's the hero of the series, Like I thought it was just like a screwed up ass ending, man.
No, I agree.
He was
with
a
you.
beloved character.
There's not a way to clear it out.
No, and then Trinity dies, if I'm not mistaken. It was just like a total buzzkill downer ending. That was a downer.
Everybody's dead.
That's my pick.
I'm with you. We had talked about this previously, and I get people feel a different way about this. I know Dave feels a different way about this film and how it ends, but to me, I thought it was really anticlimactic, and I think that it needed it. I know that the whole movie had a really slow pace to it, and it kind of keeps you kind of like level, and there's not a whole lot of action in it, but there's an antagonist throughout the whole movie, and that would be wolves, and it's always antagonizing you throughout the whole time. And then you have this anticlimactic, like, cut to black ending.
What movie are you talking about?
I know what he's talking about.
The Gray.
Yeah.
I wholeheartedly disagree, but I have some input on it.
He does.
Liam Neeson can piss off.
And I understand where they're coming from that they did it that way. I know why they did it, but I just felt like I was waiting for something to happen the whole movie, and nothing happened. And then they don't show that part at the end and just allude that it happened. Like,
Did he get eaten?
No, give me Liam Neeson fighting wolves with glass bottles tied to his knuckles. Just give me that. Give me that.
I got some input. Paul, you got anything?
No, I don't watch Liam Neeson movies. So.
Okay. You scare me sometimes, Paul, with movies, dude. But I respect your opinion, but sometimes it's like you throw me off because sometimes I think I can get your taste, and then you just be like, I just hate Liam Neeson. I'd be like, what is going on? Like, what?
Yeah. No, you know what? Let me say this. I did like him in a couple of different movies when he plays Ra's al Ghul and Batman Begins, and there was another movie from the early 90s that I can't think of right now that he was good. Oh, Schindler's List. I liked him in Schindler's List.
One of my favorite movies.
So that's about it, though. But I'm sorry. Go ahead. Back to the Gray.
What are your feelings, Dave?
My feelings on the Gray was I got a theory about him fighting the wolf and why they didn't show it. We don't even have to say spoilers. This whole episode spoilers. We'll put it in the description or something. The movie was like somewhat reality based, and people were getting tore up by these wolves. They had like no chance. And I think if they would have had him actually fighting a freaking big ass 200-pound wolf hand to hand, it would have been like so far fetched and out there, like totally deviating from the rest of the movie because it was kind of reality based. And like I appreciated the movie for the messages in it. Like I didn't view it as an action movie. It was kind of touching. The poem that he would read, the message of the movie of like not giving up and like the last hurrah and whatever, blah blah blah. But I thought it was a beautiful movie, and the ending, I actually liked it. Like I did. I liked the way they left it, open to interpretation. It left you thinking. You're like, did he live? Did he get killed? Did he become the alpha? Because like when you kill the alpha wolf, in theory, the other ones will leave you alone. But if you watch the movie to the end credits, they show him lying there with the big black wolf, and If I'm not mistaken, he's breathing. You see his chest going in and out, and the wolf is not. Or the wolf like stops breathing, so it's alluded that he kills it.
They show that the wolf got killed.
I didn't have to see that. Like, that was good enough for me.
Yeah.
That's me.
I just thought it would have been cool. But they could have, from a directorial standpoint, you know, like for somebody that's just tuning in and stuff like that, you know, I do short films and I'm a director as well. And I agree with you. The whole movie's grounded in realism. And if they did that same kind of thing where they kind of flashed in and flashed out of black, and they didn't show it like a Twilight wolf being attacked, but they showed you like quick synopsis or something like that, or gave you some action of like black and like him cutting the wolf, or black, or him getting his arm bit, or like black, you know, like they flashed it in and out to not show it, to really show it. I don't know. I felt like that movie left. I don't know. I was always waiting for something to happen in the film, but like you have these wolves, and then these wolves are like attacking it, and like pulling people away and stuff like that, and I don't know.
I don't know. Like the whole like I kind of see what you're saying about the flashbacks, but like you were saying that you were bummed because you didn't see anything. So if you see flashbacks cut in and out that hardly show anything, you're still not getting what you want.
It'll feed me a little more.
And yeah, but do you really have to know he fights a wolf? You can piece that together by the ending. He fights a wolf.
Yeah.
You know?
Just thought the movie is good, but I thought it was a little boring, and they could have spiced it up a little bit at the end. That's my opinion.
I go on record, it was a masterpiece to me. I love that movie.
It was good, but it was slow paced.
Who's up now? Paul?
Yep.
Yes. So, I have two movies along the same. They involve the same character. They're a few years apart. I'm just going to come out. So, the 89 Batman, which was a fantastic movie, but I hated the way it ended with the Joker dying.
That kind of sucked. I agree with that.
Yeah. First of all, Batman doesn't kill. You know, he does kill. Let me rephrase that. He tries not to kill people. You know, and on occasion it might happen. But in this one, it was like he just straight up murdered the Joker. He was just like, all right, see, I'm just going to drop you off this building so you land on your back. You know what I mean?
I got to remember, because I remember the Joker offered a hand, and it was a fake hand.
It was a fake hand, right.
To Kim Basinger, and then she almost dies. And if I recall, I think Batman's hanging, and he grabs him by his pants, or he grabs him by his collar and yanks him over with him. And, I guess he did, in a way, kill him. But at one point, it wasn't like there was like a steel wire wrapped around Joker's leg.
Yeah.
Like a piece of stone, right?
And it was the other side was attached to a gargoyle.
Yeah. I'm with you, Paul. Like, you don't
But it
kill...
freaked me out. When I was 3 when the movie came out, so I probably was a little bit older when I actually remember seeing it.
Mm-hmm.
And that like laugh
thing
while he's
at the very
dead
end
was so freaky to me as a kid.
Yeah, it was weird. Real quick, I'm with you on the same page, dude. You don't take, and the same thing happened with Nolan's. It was the third Batman with Bane, right?
That's the other one I was going to talk about. Is Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, dude. You don't. This goes in tie with what you said about the first Batman. You don't kill off iconic villains. Like, you just don't do it. They live on. Like, because they're just as popular as the heroes. Like, you can't kill the Joker off, and you can't kill Bane off. You know, and the kid in me refuses to believe Bane died. Dude was punching granite pillars and it had a chest plate. That's it. He's alive.
Yeah. I believe you.
That's how I view it.
I mean, that Dark Knight Rises, though it's my favorite of the Nolan trilogy, it's just the ending on it is not good.
Yeah.
So, but we can get back to that later. So who's up?
I think it's Bryce.
No, I think it's yours.
Oh, is it? Again?
Yeah. Well, he said the gray, and then I did the Batman, so I think it's your turn.
Okay. I'm going to wrap up a few of them. I'm going to say, you want to talk about bad movie endings? Every M. Night Shyamalan, I think that's his name, Shyamalan movie, minus 6 cents.
Yeah, I have
Whatever,
like
dude.
signs and all
That
that on
dude is
here.
like, that
The
dude,
happening.
his career is like, to me, down the tubes. The cat's out of the bag. The guy, crappy movies, man. That's just how I view him. Like, just
My
bad
question
writing.
is what studio keeps giving him money?
Cause, dude, he
Dude,
made a name for himself with Sixth Sense, and they just
And he
want.
still grosses a lot of money for his movies. People do like it. I mean, smart people don't, intelligent people don't, but there's still a huge fan base out there for his movies because they think that twist is just like, oh my goodness, like, are you kidding? That's what's happening, and so they go and see, or they go to see if this next movie's gonna be another train wreck or if it's gonna be another Sixth Sense.
Yeah, I mean, I give him credit for Sixth Sense. That's one of the greatest endings of all time. Like, talk about a twist, but I mean, I don't know, man. He's just been riding off them coattails, and you set
Yeah.
this precedent for yourself, and if you don't live up to that, you know, he's just been failing.
Yeah, I didn't see The Village. I heard The Village had a stupid ending. Signs, you find out that water, kills
Yeah. Water. So these aliens travel millions of miles to a planet that is made up of what, 75% of the thing that kills them?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? So
Yeah, ridiculous, dude. All right, that's all I got on that. Who's up?
That's me. So, I don't know. Have you guys seen the new Spider-Man? At least the second one?
Nope.
Nope, don't care.
Okay.
I don't either. I hate Spidey.
They set it up for a trilogy of it, and I did fall asleep to it, but then I did rewatch it. And the end of the second film, Rhino shows up, and they're in the middle of a city street, and him and Rhino are about to get into a fight, and the movie ends right there, immediately,
Cheesy. Crappy,
right in the middle of Spider-Man swinging like a sewer cap at Rhino. It just ends.
Yeah, ridiculous, dude.
Like they're trying to set themselves up for another film, but like don't cut it right on an action scene. That means the next one is going to cheesily start right as he's jumping.
Yeah.
So, or they're going to bypass the scene.
I read that Andrew Garfield's done, dude. They're not bringing him back for Spider-Man. Apparently,
I heard they're going to reboot it.
Yeah, but apparently he insulted like one of the CEOs of like Sony or something, or a bigwig, because there was like some kind of get together in some I don't know if it was Brazil. They were promoting like Spider-Man in general, and he was supposed to come down for like this like event and like be introduced, and the third Spider-Man was going to be announced, and he just snubbed everybody. He just didn't feel like showing up to it. And this bigwig, Sony, just cut him. He's done. Like, apparently, if this rumor is true, what I read. So, and honestly, I don't even care, to be honest, dude. I thought Tobey Maguire was a better Spider-Man anyway. And let's see some new blood, because Andrew Garfield, I'm not hating on him, but I keep saying this, man. Spider-Man's not a bodybuilder, but he should have been a little bit more muscular. It's like
the next one that they're doing is going to be they're going to do a teenage Peter Parker. Like,
yeah, they casted the kid, I think.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think maybe they should just cut their losses with Spider-Man, because they've been trying a lot in the last 20 years to make a freaking Spider-Man movie that was good, and they just haven't been able to do it.
They don't want to let it go, though. That's their Sony's one moneymaker for as far as Marvel or comic book movies and stuff, you know. And they still own the rights to it. They don't want to sell it back to Marvel.
Yeah, he's gonna be included though. Like there was like an announcement that Sony's working with Marvel now.
Tie him in to I think the next Avengers movie.
Yeah, which is cool. You know, they need to bring Wolverine in there, man. Fox needs to get with the program, because Hugh Jackman's after the next one, he's done. Unless they entice him with a crap load of money, man.
An actor like that, like, he just doesn't want to be tied in with just that role. He doesn't want to be known as, oh, dude, you're Wolverine.
Yeah,
and
but he's
already been doing this for 10 years.
He's established already. Like, he's broke that mold like years ago. Hugh Jackman's known to like be versatile. He doesn't have to worry about that.
I know, but he's to a lot of people, he's always going to be that guy that did all of the X-Men movies.
Yeah.
He's literally in every single one.
Which they
and
all
I'm
sucked.
not mad. I love the X-Men movies.
They suck, dude. Like, they just, like, did not live up at all. Hokey. The only one that was good was First Class to me. That's it.
It's a good one.
Hugh Jackman, love him though, as Wolverine.
All right, let's get back on topic here.
All right, whose pick? Is it mine?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to say, I didn't have a lot of picks, but I'm going to drop this one out. This goes in tie with what Paul was talking about, how killing off the Joker, and I mentioned about Bane, and Paul mentioned that also. The Star Wars The Phantom Menace. And the reason I didn't like that ending was, and I mentioned this before, was I thought you had potential to have an amazing villain in that series, Darth Maul. And they killed him off. And I was just in shock. Like, they hyped him up so much. I don't know if you guys remember, but like,
yeah, he was like the big to do, like
new Darth Vader.
Oh, this guy's sick. He's got that double freaking lightsaber and those crazy red spikes coming off of him, and then
cut him. Guy gets cut in half, and I was sitting there in the theater like, this guy was awesome. Are you serious? They just killed him off. But as far as I know, in the actual other media for Star Wars, he comes back as a clone several times. So he didn't really like fully die. He comes back in the Star Wars universe. Just, that sucked to me. Thoughts?
I agree.
So I got one that it's not like a worst ending, but it's a super depressing ending, and it's like I know it's the whole tone of the movie. You guys see Requiem for a Dream?
Never saw it.
I've seen it, but it was a long time ago, so I don't really remember much of it.
So it's an awesome movie. It really is. It's a good kind of indie flick, completely independent. And at the end of the film, you follow these three people through their life, and at the beginning of the movie, it's got kind of three tones, like three acts, and they're all like druggies. And at the end of the movie, it comes to show them like how the drugs have affected them. And not to give too much away because you guys haven't seen it, but you guys should really see it. One of them loses an arm. One of them loses an arm. One of them actually gets, one of the girls gets put into like sex trafficking and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And then the other one gets like put into prison. But the last sequence in the film, when it ends, you feel so depressed, like so incredibly depressed.
That movie's been recommended to me. Actually, somebody at work, they're like, "You never seen Requiem for a Dream?" I'm like, "Nope."
Yeah.
They're like, "Check it out, man." I'm not big on depressing, like super depressing movies. I like dark movies, but I don't like, movies that like bring my spirit down. Because I think life brings your spirit down in general. So I don't need something else to do it,
Yeah.
But
overall, though, I think it was like a Sundance film. Good film. You have to be, don't expect to be in a happy mood when it's all done with, though.
Yeah. Paul's up, right? I got one more pick and I'm done.
I'll let you do your last one. All right. I figured we were trying to get off in time, but I'll just say my last one is going to be like any Scream movie after the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're all pretty much the same thing, just a couple of years after the previous one took place. So it's going to be two people involved as the killers. Two people that you would least expect, but you expect exactly who it is because you go into the movie looking for those clues because you already know like how they're going to do it, and that really bothers me. The first one I loved. It's one of my favorite movies. But everyone after that, you're just like, all right, I get it.
Right.
I'll piggyback and just drop a similar series that I feel the same way. The Saw series, first ending, amazing. Yep. The other ones just wrote off the coattails of the first one. It's like,
Agreed.
Ending wise. Hell, the whole movie. The movies in general, terrible.
Yeah, they just tried to keep it going. You know, they just tried
Yeah, just
to,
to
like you had said, they're just trying to ride the coattails. They made a ton of money for a little bit of budget on the first one, and they just kept doing it. You know,
they're pretty creative with the torture
killing
devices,
people.
though.
Yeah, killing people.
Yeah.
It's sick, twisted people writing that crap.
Yep. All right, Brian, what's yours? Your last one.
This one, I don't know if I'm gonna bring this up. I don't think I'm gonna.
Okay.
Doesn't deserve to be on the list.
I understand the end, so I'm not happy with it, but I understand where it fits into the film. So,
Oh, well, this
Is
is
it-
about movies that we didn't like the endings to, not movies we didn't understand the endings to. So share with the class.
Is it Gone Girl?
no. Source Code. You ever seen that with Jake Gyllenhaal?
No.
Yeah, I did. It was an okay movie. One scene disturbed me, dude. Not even gonna lie. When they showed like the dude, like his brain, he was like in the container
The
thing.
pod thing? Yeah.
Dude, that was like, I wasn't expecting that. And that scene visually was like disturbing looking.
So tell me this. Do you understand what happened at the end?
Dude, I haven't seen it in years. I understood it when I saw it. And I remember it was like a weird twist. I don't really remember enough to touch on it. We can
But
come back to it.
he was like stuck in like the weird kind of like, you know, thing. Like he was stuck in this weird
Somebody answer that
virtual
phone.
reality. That's mine. So I don't know. That's mine.
Yeah, I don't remember enough of it to have any good input on it, but it was an okay movie. I just remember it was like a weird twist. What you got, Paul? You got another one?
Nope, that's it for me. Well, I actually, you know what? How about the movie Contact with Jodie Foster?
Oh
You
yeah,
ever see
dude,
it?
that was an interesting
that
ending.
ending really, yeah, because it's been a while since I've seen it, but if I recall, so you know, the aliens send this information on how to build this crazy machine, which I really thought that was like
Mhm.
wicked awesome. And then she like goes in it, she sees her dead father, and so was like the father the aliens,
No,
or
I think
was
if I
it just like
remember,
all in her head?
no, I think if I remember correctly, like it was the aliens' way of like communicating with her, like giving her a familiar face. I haven't seen it in years. I don't remember it, exactly.
So it was legit. Like they really were communicating
Yeah,
through
if I
him.
recall.
It wasn't like in her head because
No.
they say at the end like everything like, started coming apart and stuff, right, and getting trashed, and they were like, oh, you never went anywhere, like you were here the whole time.
I don't remember
Kind of
that.
thing.
I from what I remember,
I have to watch it again.
I gotta watch it again. I do remember like there were aliens and there were like, kind of showing her a familiar face to communicate with and like
Yeah.
get her message across, get their message across. But the ending I didn't like because you were waiting, dude. It was a build up through the whole movie to see aliens.
Whole movie.
And then you didn't see aliens. You saw like a
And-
projection they created for her, and it was like it was
At
definitely
no
a letdown.
point. It was kind of their way of cheaping out on it.
Yeah, it was a letdown. But that was a good movie though.
Budget cuts. That's probably what happened.
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Instead of making a gigantic
Um,
alien, let's just make her look this way.
I got two more real quick picks. I'm not even gonna touch on them.
Quick. Quick.
Sinister, great scary movie. The ending was a little cliche to me. And then Predators, the sequel to the 87 Predator movie with Adrian Brody. I think I touched on this before. I didn't like the ending because it kind of bit off of the first Predator, and you had like bony ass Adrian Brody trying to be like Arnold. Like I'm not hating on a dude, but like it was the same scene, like Arnold shirtless fighting a Predator hand to hand, and then Adrian Brody like embarrassing himself by taking a shirt off in comparison to Arnold.
True.
Like who did the same thing. If Arnold wouldn't have did that, you'd be like, oh, Brody got ripped. It's Arnold, dude. Why would you do that to yourself? Anyway, those are my
Right.
picks.
You can't compare.
All right. Cool. That's it for me.
All right. So that
Yeah,
wraps
my
up
list
21.
is exhausted.
Okay.
All right, fellas.
So we
Sounds
are
great,
on Podomatic, and we are on iTunes on Newbreed Film Reviews. Obviously, you guys found us here, but you can also listen to us on iTunes or Podomatic if you're listening to us on the other one.
Yes.
And we are
Double Twist, TuneIn Radio.
Yep. And then we
Pretty much
also are
everywhere.
on Facebook. So if you want to check us out, we do kind of like short movie reviews or movie news we talk about on the Facebook page. It's Newbreed Film Reviews.
Mm-hmm.
On
Email
Twitter at Newbreed Film.
Newbreed Film Reviews 2014 at Gmail. Send us, show requests, or if you have any kind of input on the show, we would appreciate it.
Yep.
And thank you for listening.
Yes.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
All right. Later, folks.
Have a good night. Later.